What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. As you can see on the screen, we start this episode off 20 wins and 5 losses, putting ourselves in a very healthy position to go and get up to Elite 3, which is the aim for this week. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know I had an absolute mess of it on Sunday. Bottom line is, long story short, I did get Elite. I clutched 4 wins in a row at the very end to manage to get it. So I went from 20 wins and 5 losses to 25 wins and 11 losses. That included 2 disconnects, and the first disconnect, which you'll see in this video, just kind of set me off. I really need to stop letting little things change my emotions and the way I play this game massively. However, one of the reasons why I feel like I got the 4 wins at the end to get to Elite was due to the fact that I took a huge break in between. Like when I had 4 games left, you know, last week or the week before, I would have been like, screw it, let me just play these games, get it over and done with and move on with my life. But this time around I was like, no, let me take a couple hours, get a nice little heavy break, and then go through it like that. So you'll see a lot of gameplay today. I don't know when I think you'll see from 20 wins and 5 losses up to 24 wins and 7 losses. So not too much gameplay, and you'll see in the live section after the gameplay why I only showed these games. Now I've got some fantastic comments as per usual. The first one from Christopher Ojutaleo says, if you could sum up Team of the Season so far in one word, what would it be and why? And my answer to that is boring. It's just boring. It's been very underwhelming, very boring, and a massive letdown. And I ask from Christopher to you guys in the comment section, what if you, just one word, if you could sum up Team of the Season in one word, what would you guys sum Team of the Season up as? Harry Lee says, hey Nep, do you know why some Team of the Season cars like Suarez and Marcelo have considerably less pace than their Team of the Year? No idea. I don't get it. It's not even that they have considerably less pace than their Team of the Year. It's that they have marginally more pace than their most recent upgrades. If we look at Suarez, for example, Suarez is 90... no, that's Isco NepentheZ. Suarez is what we were looking for. Suarez is 94 in form, has 84 pace. And then his 97 Team of the Season has only 97 pace. So he got a 3 pace upgrade, but he got a 5 shooting upgrade, a 6 passing upgrade, a 4 dribbling upgrade, a 7 defending upgrade, and a 7 physical upgrade. So for some reason, they just didn't boost his pace much at all. And then comparatively to his SBC card, he only gained 3 pace as well. So the 94, the 94 Suarez, it's so similar to his 97 in so many aspects that I wouldn't even bother. If you've got the 94 Suarez and you pack the 97, for example, unless you packed it untradeable, I would just sell it and carry on using the 94 Suarez, if I'm perfectly honest. And the same to be said for Marcelo. I don't understand EA's logic behind what they did there. Marcelo's 87 rated, has 80 pace, and his Team of the Season 92 has only 85 pace. So they've given him a 5 pace boost, a 6 shooting boost, a 7 passing boost, a 6 dribbling boost, a 5 defending boost, and a 7 physical boost. They boosted everything else so heavily, but not his Team of the Season. And then his Team of the Year comparatively has, and this makes more sense, because you're going from a 92 Marcelo to a 93 Marcelo. And the 92 Marcelo has 1 less physical, 2 less defending, 2 less dribbling, 2 less passing, and 2 less shooting. And you think that's fine. From a Team of the Season to a Team of the Year, 1 difference, 1 to 2 stats in every position makes sense. And then a 5 pace downgrade. Like, what's with that? And then again with PK. PK's very much the same. PK's Team of the Season has 3 ratings overall lower, 3 physical lower, 3 defending lower, 3 dribbling lower, 3 passing lower. Makes perfect sense. His overall is 3 lower. But 5 shooting and 4 pace lower. So they've given a 33% extra reduction on pace and a 66% extra reduction on shooting. It just, I don't know why. I don't understand. I also don't understand why, for someone like Kevin Prince Boateng, he's gone from a 79 card with 58 stamina to an upgraded 80 rated card with 61 stamina and 81 physical, to a Team of the Season card with, from an 80 rated regular to a 88 rated Boateng, an 88 rated, so he's gone up 8 ratings. They have improved his physical by 8 as well, yet his stamina has only gone up by 6. So he only has 67 stamina. As an 88 rated player with 89 physical, he only has 67 stamina. Like, they might as well have just not put him in team of the season. It would have been better to just not have him there because he is an unusable card. Unless you use him as a late sub, like 60 minutes onwards, and again, unless you like got him untradeable and you decided to use him, he's just a worthless card. He is really, really worthless because of the stamina levels. So there's a few things that EA have done that I don't understand for this team of the season, and it just goes hand in hand with the, what do you think of team of the season so far? Boring. You know, this is the end of the game. This is the last quarter of the game. There's 100 days until FIFA 18. They're releasing FIFA 18 information. They're building the hype for FIFA 18. Why not send us off FIFA 17 with an absolute bang? Why not just boost, like, you know, just do stuff for your consumers for the last few months, because you've already made your money this year. The first 9 months of the year, you've made so much good money. Team of the season will make money anyway. Just go nuts. Just give us everything we desire, and they haven't done it. Castillo HD says, hey Nep, would you like to be asked in real life questions about life or real football, or mostly FIFA related questions? I would love to know more about you. Hope it's not personal. Love the vids. Greetings from the US. I don't mind, dude. Whatever. Whatever you guys want to ask. I just pick questions that I think are like important and relevant. Like, we've gone through a lot of real life stuff throughout the last year of this Road to Glory. One thing that did happen that I wasn't overly keen on when we started talking about real life stuff is that it all became about real life. It became, you know, and this is no disrespect to people, because I appreciate people opening up and sharing feelings and stuff, but it became like an agony aunt. And as sad as this is going to sound, because I know a lot of people go through a lot of real problems and have real issues in their daily lives, there was quite clearly a lot of people posting fake stories to try and get read out. Like, there was a lot of like sensationalized stories of, you know, people would literally be like, hey Nep, you know, love your videos. I get beaten every day by my parents, but I'm too scared to talk to anyone about it. I've got a broken arm right now, but they won't let me go to the hospital. Like, that was a comment that was there. And it's quite clearly a lie. And it was people trying to play on the emotions of the series to get thumbs up in the comments and to get read out in the video. And it took a turn away from where I wanted the real life questions to go. But that's not to be said, like I said, that's not to take away from people that genuinely do go through serious problems every day and have issues with anxiety and depression and abuse and physically and mentally at home or at school, that go through bullying. You know, I know there's a lot of problems out there, but it's quite easy sometimes, and I might be wrong on the mark, but I'm usually a good judge of whether or not someone's lying in a comment or not. And I might be off the mark, but there was so many comments that were literally just sensationalized to try and get a response from me. And I don't rate that, you know what I mean? I just don't rate that. So that's why I turned away from those comments, to try and edge out those people that weren't necessarily being truthful to try and get a reaction. But if you guys have got anything you want to talk about, I will happily dedicate videos to talking about personal issues and so on and so forth, even if it's not FIFA related, even if it's just a vlog where I just, you know, take some questions and be like, okay, let's sit down and have a chat and talk about some issues. So Castillo HD, man, if you got any questions about real life stuff, about problems, about positive things, about just general life questions, you know, like, hey, this is where I'm at in life, this is where I want to be in life, how do I get there? Stuff like that, you know, like anything at all. I'm here for you, bro. I'm here for you. Sad Plays 101 says, Yo Nep, you said that the weak foot is shooting stat divided by 5 and multiplied by the weak foot. I don't believe that is true, because players like Dybala on his weak foot, which is 3 stars, like 51, and I believe it's much more than that. Keep up the great work and don't listen to the haters. Well, I appreciate the kind words, dude. I'm not wrong on this one. If I can do for the next video, I'll find the literature from EA. It's not the shooting stat divided by 5 and multiplied by the weak foot. It is the stats. Their weak foot is the percent of the stats that they have multiplied by the stars. So if you have 100 passing and you've got a 4-star weak foot, you have 80 passing on your weak foot and 100 passing on your strong foot. As much as you don't feel like this and it feels like it's much more, I'm not wrong on this one. There is actual literature out there from EA that says 1 star is representative of 20% of stats on the weak foot. Not just shooting, but passing, dribbling, everything that requires you to touch the ball with your weak foot. I'm just, yeah, as I say, I know I'm not wrong on this one. It's been like this for many, many years as well. And you know, not feeling like his shooting is 51 doesn't mean his shooting isn't 51. And in actual fact, if we look on Foothead, even if we take the regular Dybala and we apply a chemistry style to him that would be fitting of a player like Dybala, say a Hunter, which is what I would probably play on him, he goes up to 95 shooting, and he actually goes up to 99 finishing. So his 3-star weak foot is basically 60 finishing. 60 finishing is not 0 finishing. You know what I mean? There's that disconnect, by the way, guys. And I showed 3 clips there of me absolutely pummeling that guy. I have no doubt in my mind I would have gone on to win that game. You know, I know when I'm a better player and when I'm dominating the game. And that guy didn't have a chance. He didn't have a sniff. I should have been 2 or 3-0 up by the time I got disconnected. It wouldn't have made any difference even if I was winning because I got disconnected. But that was so frustrating to me to get that loss there. But yeah, Dybala would essentially have 60 finishing. Now, when you score with Dybala on his weak foot, and you say, oh, that didn't feel like that was his weak foot, are you saying that if you had a bronze player or a silver player that had 60 finishing as a striker and you got in on goal and you took a shot with them that you know should be a goal and you score that, would you sit there and say, oh, I shouldn't have scored that because he's only got 60 finishing? No, you'd be like, okay, I scored that goal. He's got 60 finishing. That was his strong foot. He maximised his finishing. You got to remember, 60 finishing is not 0 finishing. You know, you will miss a lot more chances on strikers' weak foots than you will score because their finishing and their stats in general are lower. But yeah, as I say, I'm on this occasion, like not very often do I say to people, I'm not wrong and I know this is fact. Sometimes, you know, a lot of the time I say, you know, based on what we see, based on what we know, based on what we feel, I think I'm right, but I might be wrong. But on this occasion, I am simply not wrong. Each star is representative of 20% of the player's attributes. We got Blue Pear Fuzz says, if you miss wingers, you should try your favourite wingers as wing backs, as last year you liked Bale at right back. Just thought keep up the good work. Yeah, absolutely. I was suggested this several times actually. Why not play Eden Hazard at left wing back? Why not play, you know, Theo Walcott at right wing back? And a lot of people said you don't really defend with your wing backs. They're just more about being bodies and being there. You know, the defending comes from 3 centre defenders and the 3 midfielders. So I absolutely would be open to using wingers at wing back, and I might try it this week because it is a case where, for me personally, you know, Bellerin, Coleman, and Plattenhart just don't cut the mustard for me. They just don't. So I would be totally okay with trying that. Emma D. Fast says, hey, do you think FUT Champs will be in FIFA 18? I know for 100% it will be. If so, do you think it would be changed, like the amount of games, etc.? Would love to get your opinion on this. We have talked about this before. If, like, I hear rumours, right? I hear, you know, keep my ear to the floor. I know a lot of people in the industry. I know a lot of people in the community that know a lot of people in the industry. And through the grapevine, I hear information. Most of the time from my reliable sources, it's correct. Every now and then it's wrong. Sometimes it is right and then EA changes their mind and something else changes. On this occasion, I think AA9 Skills actually talked about this in a video. It seems like, although FUT Champs is going to be in next year, it's still going to be called Weekend League. And I think, if rumour is correct, I think it's going to be more games, not less games. I hope that's misinformation. I hope it's either less games or more time. I actually hope it's a ranked ladder, but it doesn't seem like EA are going down that route. But yeah, that's where we're at. And the last question of the day is from Jay Hewitt. It says, could you do a retro video going back to FIFA 16 Road to Glory account to see how you've improved? Sure, absolutely. Obviously, FIFA 16 was wildly different to FIFA 17 because no FUT Champs, no SBCs. But yeah, I can go back there, have a look at the record, have a look at what we did, the players we had, the coins we had. Sure, absolutely, and why not? Now, as we go out of this video here, guys, before we go into the live section, you can see starting to move off all these consumables. The bronze fitness cards were insta-bidding for 1,600 coins. I could have actually sold them for 2,000 coins or 1,800 coins. I listed a few for 1,800 that sold for 1,800. If I would have listed them all for 1,800, they would have all eventually sold. So I kind of missed the boat on that one. But I told you guys three and a half weeks ago, these fitness cards will come good eventually. And here it is, three and a half weeks later. Those fitness cards that we got from all those bronze packs, those fitness cards that you could have bought for 150 to 400 coins are now selling for 1,600 coins. For those of you who invested, congratulations, you've made an absolute killing. Anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the gameplay and the post commentary. We are now going to move into live stuff, talking deeply about the account and getting rid of some players and SBCs and so on and so forth. So I will be right back. Okay guys, so probably you would have heard we did finish Elite. What a day. Honestly, what a day. What a day. One of the most stressful evenings ever. Just triggered by a disconnect. Interestingly, I probably would have explained in the video already. I don't know, because I'm going live now and I haven't done the post-com yet. I'm doing live first. After that disconnect loss, I was going to go stream my final games because I still was in good shape. I think I needed 6 wins from 11 games after that disconnect loss. No problem at all. I was feeling alright. That DC, it just kind of added a little bit of pressure on me that I didn't need. And I thought a lot of people, after I tweeted out that I got the DC, a lot of people were replying like, oh, stream your final games. And I was like, alright, let me stream the final game, see how this goes. And when I turn on OBS whilst I have my Elgato open, it just corrupts any footage that I record there on in until I restart my PC. I don't know what the issue is. You guys know I've had this issue before. It makes the audio do that noise where it's like just constantly throughout. And you see it sometimes even still in my regular gameplay. I get like the screen goes green for a second, and it does that, just green. It flashes green every like 3 to 5 seconds, and it's literally just unusable. So every single game, everything, it was only gameplay that I recorded anyway, maybe a few trade pile things, but it was only gameplay that I recorded. All of it is gone after that point. I had like a mini panic attack collapse after that. I started winning and losing like you wouldn't believe. I then went and got another disconnect loss, and that left me needing 4 wins from 5 games. And I lost my next game. So I needed to win my final 4. And at that point, I'd actually resigned myself to not getting Elite. And it wasn't like last week where I was angry. I wasn't getting mad about not getting Elite. I was just kind of like, lol. I literally was just kind of like laughing to myself. I was kind of like, you can't make it up. 2 DC losses. I haven't had DC problems for like 3 months. And then out of nowhere, team of the season comes and I start getting disconnect losses again just for no reason. But look, yesterday actually, I was seeing a lot of issues on Reddit. A lot of people were having troubles with disconnects and disconnect losses and just in general instability on the servers. Not even on Foot Champs, just in general. I know Marshall got disconnected from the EA servers 4 times in the space of 30 minutes. Wasn't in games, I think he was in game once, but he wasn't in Foot Champs, just generally on the servers. So I took a nice long break. You know, I thought to myself, look, if I've pressured myself into buckling and destroying my record because I was doing good. What was I? I was 25 and 6. I was 25 and 6. No, I was 25 and was 20 and 5, 21 and 5. Yeah, I was 25 and 6. I was 25 and 6. And no, 24 and 6. I beg your pardon. I was 24 and 6. So I literally just needed to win 5 of my last 10. And I did do it, but I went from 24 and 6 to 25 and 10. And then eventually got the last 4 games. And they, like, the first game, I thought to myself, let me just play these final 4 games, because if I can win them, great. And if I don't, no problem. But I need as many wins as I can for monthlies, because I want to get to Elite 1 monthly. And I'm 1 or 2 wins behind the curve right now as well. But I played the first game and I got a win. The next 2 games, I got a couple quite relatively easy wins. Like, I just walked through the games. And then I was like, oh God, here we are. Like, I've actually won 3 out of the 4 now in the last game. And again, I was just sitting there feeling so much pressure. But I managed to win it. I don't know how. I don't know how. Honestly, I don't remember the game per se. It was just a blur. I just played those 4 games. Like I said, I thought I'd take on board people's advice for a change. And when I was tilted, because I wasn't really tilted, I was frustrated tilted. I wasn't like getting angry or anything. I was just like kind of playing the game, laughing to myself. And I played a real good weekend league of FIFA. I feel like I did. Up until that first disconnect loss, at 20 wins, what was it, 24 and 5 or 24 and 6 or whatever. Yeah, 24 and 5 because 24 and 6, sorry, because I came 24 and 7 with the DC. At 24 and 6, all 6 losses, I could sit there and be like, look, they were good games. I tried my best, I did well, and I just wasn't good enough on the day. It wasn't like normal where I'm like, man, I lost all these games and I should have won them and I got unlucky and this happened and that guy played like a dick. No, I just lost them fair and square. So I was having a really good weekend and I was playing a lot of really good players and picking up wins. I was so happy. I beat 2 top 100 dudes this weekend league. I was playing constant elite level players. I had so many people message me after games saying, yo, good game, net, big fan. And I'd be like, hey, what's your record? And when I was 25, when I was 23 and 5. The guy that I played was also 23 and 5 as we matched up, and it just felt like matchmaking actually worked this weekend. I came up against good dudes. And then, yeah, then it just fell apart. I started like thinking, okay, I need 6 wins from 11 games. And then I needed 5 wins from 9 games. And then I was like, oh man, like 5 and 4 is easy. You literally go win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. 5 win, like literally you could just win 1, lose 1 all the way through, and I'll get elite. And I somehow managed to just bottle it. 1 more disconnect. 2 disconnects didn't help, obviously. But we got elite. We got elite. So happy. What this means for monthly is that I'm now at 55 wins after 80 games. We need 140 wins from the 200 games in total, which I believe is, I think we worked it out to 28 wins a time, was it? Was it 28 wins a time? 28 times 5 is 140. Yeah, so it was 28 wins a turn we need. So we got 26 on week 1, and we got 29 this week. So essentially I got a 29 and a 27. Or sorry, a 28 and a 27 if you like mold that like that. So I'm 1 win behind the curve. So I need another 29 win week and 2 more 28 win weeks to get Elite 1 for the month. I won't be too disappointed with Elite 2 because it will still be 15 Team of the Season cards. But every time I've wanted to get Elite 1 monthly, I have done. So I'll be very upset if once again I can't. A lot's going to change on the team this week. A lot has changed already. You saw a lot of items sold. I've still been selling things. You can see here we sold Jorgensen. He's selling right now for about 55, 56k. But I had a hunter on mine, so I listed him up for 60k overnight, and he sold. I've sold a lot of position modifiers. Look at those fitness cards. 1,800 coins. It took the whole hour to get them gone. I was insta-binning them for 1,600. Maybe I should have listed them all up for 1,800 because what I have 300, I would have made an extra 60,000 coins. That's actually quite frustrating. But yeah, like squad fitnesses were just selling for crazy amounts. I was listing up all of the stuff that I've got. I'm going to do a quick club tour now. This might end up being a really, really long video, so apologies if it is. So we got rid of all of that. I've got some stuff still on these Gansos. I'm just gonna, if they don't sell, well, they won't sell this time because they're not selling. But I'm gonna reduce them down to like 16,000, and I just want to get rid of them, and I'll explain why in a second. But I've got these healing cards that I just listed up. I listed up a whole bunch of contracts as well, as you can see, for 250. These will go at the end of the hour, not right now. I listed up that Santi Cazorla I've got. Now I've bought a few Al Sharanis. I bought one because I'm going to use him this weekend, not this weekend league coming up, the weekend league after. I'm going to use him. And I bought a few more because there's not many on the market. And looking at Footbin, last time around, he went up to 10,000, 9,000, 10,000. And I bought them all for 2.4, 2.7, 2.7, 2.7. Another at 2.8, and then the one that I've got at 2.2. So even if they only go up to 5,000 or 6,000 coins, I'll make 3,000 coins a man. And if they don't go up, his actual price is around 2,500, so I won't even lose much. I also went and bought some more silver cards. Hello, let me go down. There we go. I went and bought some more silver cards anyway. We bought, so I've got these dudes. I hope these dudes go up in price. I went and bought this Hassawi for 31,000 coins. His max bin is 50k, but there's not many of him on the market. 35, 34, 32, 34, and then a few at 50s. But so, you know, he's a good card, and because he gets that perfect link to Al Sharani, which is real important. I've still got Gordinho that I bought for 11,500. He's already up at about 14,000. You can see there for 16,000. So again, closer to the weekend league, when his price potentially goes up to 20, 25,000, I'll actually sell him on. And I bought this Housawi as well, because I'm hoping his price goes up. I bought him for 15k. You can see a few of his are still at 15. Oh, there's one more at 15k there. Then the rest are up in the 20s and such. But there's not many of him on the market. And although he doesn't get the perfect link to Al Sharani, he does get a strong link. And then I also went and bought Al Barak. Now I bought him for 20,000, 19,000 with a shadow card already on him. You can see that. Oh wow, that's a brand new one, 17,000 there. He's quite cheap, but there's only 6 of him on the market, 7 of them on the market. But his card is really good. Now, in terms of an alternative for Al Sharani, you can see there he's got 3 more dribbling, 5 more defending, the same physical, 11 more passing, and 2 more shooting, just 3 less pace. And he also gets the perfect link to Hassawi. So, you know, depending on the way the price shifts on these dudes, I may or may not use them. And then I also went and bought a Zuniga. for 5,800. I went and bought an Odebajo for 5,700, and I went and bought a Fosu Mensah for 7,200. All three of these, last time you needed silver players, went up to 10,000 extinct. So I may use them depending on what team I build. I may not, again, depending on what team I build. So I've got, you know, just a little bit of profit sitting there. Nothing major, but a little bit at the very least. In terms of FUT Champions, the reason why I did what I just did is because not this weekend league coming, where there's just training items issues. The weekend league after, you are allowed a maximum of 8 gold players in your starting 11 and substitutes, which means you will need a silver or bronze bench and 3 silvers in your starting 11. So all of those players that I just picked up, as more and more people realise it, and some have already. If you look at the trends on the market, I've missed out on a lot of profit. And one thing that I should be doing on this road to glory is keeping an eye all the time on what's happening in, you know, in certain things every single time. Yeah, generally speaking, that's why I did it. Now, I don't know what team I'm going to use this coming weekend league, and the reason why I don't know what team I'm going to use yet is because I don't, like, it's going to depend on what we get in our weekend league rewards on Thursday. If I get to, let me just go into Footbin and have a look at, if I get one of like the amazing players, you know, Ronaldo, a Neymar, Messi, a Suarez, a Griezmann, Carrasco, something like that, then I will most likely build into a La Liga team, because I've already got the 94 Suarez, the 92 Torres, the 91 Torres, I've got the 96 Isco, I've got a really good, and we're going to get the Nacho Fernandez, and I bought Carvajal. So in terms of like, in fact, if we just go and have a look at Special and La Liga, I've got a lot of good La Liga stuff. So if I do get one, and I don't necessarily think or expect to get anything like utterly huge or amazing, Ter Stegen's good as well. I used Ter Stegen already. Yeah, if I do get something awesome, we've already got, look at that, Carvajal, Suarez, Juanfran, Ter Stegen, Isco, and Fernando Torres there. Amazing. Like, so, like I say, if we get something huge, a Messi, a Ronaldo, a Suarez, a Carrasco, a Ramos, a Neymar, a Griezmann, I will most likely build into a full La Liga team where I spend all of my coins, sell everything I've got and spend it all and build a super team. If, however, we get players that I'm not overly keen on using, Bruno, Cruiser, like a PK or an Oblak, if we get someone who's even quite expensive but not really someone that I'm interested in, say an Nzonzi or even a Casemiro, I will sell those dudes and put those funds towards improving up to a super team. So it literally depends on who we pack as to how this team goes. I really enjoyed the 5-3-2 this weekend league, and once again, it was me that let me down in this weekend league. Even though we got elite, it was me and me allowing pressure to get to me and me allowing the stress of this game to get to me that had me crash on Sunday. Interestingly enough, our Friday and Saturday were amazing, and I finished 20-5 with 15 games left on Sunday. And coincidentally, it was after I did a video for YouTube, which was 5 games, and then I started playing FUT Champs, which was like another 5 games, and that's 10 games on the day, and that's when I started falling apart again. And it's not, it might be a subconscious thing, but it might not be. But yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of Aldorel most likely. I say getting rid of, like I'm going to be not using him going forwards. I don't know about these two, like Hummels and Stindl. Hummels and Plattenhart I'll happily not use because although they've done a good job, there are better players out there than them. But Stindl is genuinely amazing. I really rate this card. I might have to just have him as a super sub. But I'm just gonna change everything. I'm going to sell Kante towards the back end of the week. I'm going to sell Eriksen towards the back end of the week when they're worth a little bit more because people are like getting ready for weekend league. And then depending on the rewards that we get, you know, I've got some good players here, some real good players. Even right now, like we can throw in Isco here, we can throw in Carvajal here, we can throw in Torres up here, and I'm not saying I'm definitely going to be using the 5-3-2 again, but I might do because it was really good, and we can put Suarez in as well. You know, already like I could even put Heung-min Son down as a centre midfielder in here, play Suarez off chem, go and get myself a David Luiz to play instead of Kante. You know, go and get myself as Azpilicueta and Alonso team of the season there, and have this as my setup, and then just get the better version of Kante or a different midfielder instead of Kante. You know, maybe like the team of the season Ericsson to give the link to Son, something like that. I don't know yet. As I say, it depends on how much we've got based on the rewards that we get this weekend league. Of course, we get the 70,000 coins to come for sure. I've still got. I'm going to be getting rid of all of my consumables this weekend, this week. Sorry, everything. I don't care if I have to undercut a little bit and lose a few hundred coins here or there. But in general, I'm going to be getting rid of absolutely all of it just over this week. And then, I don't know what to do with the play. Like, obviously, the team of the season players I've got, El Amadi, Gulshikov, Marcelo, these dudes. I'm just going to keep them for now because you can't sell them for more than you bought them for. Is this guy 28, 27, 25, 21k bid on him? This guy might be 25k actually. Oh no, 22k, there you go. So yeah, you can't sell them for more than you bought them for, their discard price. So I'm just keeping these just in case EA do release something that requires them. Okay, so after that we'll go. The other thing I was interested to do, and which I haven't done just yet because again, just in case EA release something, is the tradable upgrade pack. I've got a lot of high rated players that I never use. For example, who have we got? So let me get through all of this crap. These bronze team of the seasons as well, I might just discard those and get the coins for them. The ones to watches as well, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. It might be time to just let it all go, guys, and just clear out everything. But I've got a lot of players that I don't use. For example, this Harry Kane, this Higuain. Basically anyone that's not a team of the season. This Thiago. Who else we got? Sigurdsson I like. El Shaarawy I like. This Leno. Even like this Fabian. This Kolasinac. Team of the seasons I necessarily wouldn't actually go for. Jonas. 88 Jonas and the Lacazette here. I can trade these essentially for coins. Because I can put 91 Higuain in here. Obviously, I need an 84 rated team. I need 2 team of the week players. Now, I've got a few untradeable team of the week players. We've got this dude here. Okay, silver is going to be cause problems with team rating. But as I did with Lacazette, because I was hating Lacazette, guys. Honestly, Lacazette missed some absolute sitters for me to the point where I'm like, look, I'd rather his SBC. But I can put Cameron in here and Norton in here. And then I don't know if I've got enough gold cards already now, although with that Higuain I might have, with Higuain and Azpilicueta, because I've got Azpilicueta as well in the team. I might just start trading in these high-rated dudes that I don't need and don't use to test out whether or not I'd get lucky in the upgrade pack. So that's an 83 rated team, so that's not quite enough. But I could easily upgrade with some of the reds that I've got. Special low. Let me go and get like an 84 rated red, for example, because I've got a lot of these red cards. The 81s are kind of unnecessary at this stage, but the 84s and the 83s could be quite useful. And just anything in general that I don't use. So let's say, for example, Skirtle. Now this Skirtle or Sule here as well. So let's put, if we put Sule in there, so that takes us to an 84 rated team now. Does it do it if we do that as well? No, so we need the rating. So this here, guys, is an 84 rated team. Now, this I did this Higuain to get his packs for him, not to actually get the Higuain. And no matter what, or other than the 82s that are tradable, this is untradeable, this is untradeable, this is untradeable, and this Higuain is untradeable. And if I turn this in, which I'm actually going to do, we're going to open this pack right now, we're going to see what we get. I'm able, I don't want to do it, like, I'll do it now just because I had built that and I feel lucky, I don't know why, I feel lucky. I can basically trade in all those untradeable high rated cards that I never use and get some value for them, because I'll open the team of the week player here. It's no walkout, that's not a big deal. It could still be a, you know, a sellable player, and it's going to be, okay, so it's going to be Tadic, I think, who's not very expensive at all. He's got a 50k max bin, so he's worth 15,000 coins. However, we've now got 15,000 coins. We'll list them up for like 16,500. That's 15,000 coins that I didn't have before that I had in untradables. So although I wasn't lucky on that occasion, it might be worth just, like I say, just using all those super high rated dudes. But I'm not going to do all of that until after we see what EA have done for the EA SFC, because if they do release something that offers a guaranteed team of the season player and requires a high rated squad to do it, then what I'll do is I'll use all these high rated players to do that SBC. And if they don't release something like that, I'll use all these high rated players to do the guaranteed team of the week SBC, the tradable one, so that I can get something in return for all of these. Because I'll trade in everything I don't use anymore. I'll trade in Thiago, I'll trade in probably even Costa, you know, if it helps like get me some coins. Basically any player that I don't use. I won't trade in Son, because even though I've got his 90 here, this 89 is a left forward, so the position change keeps him kind of useful. I'll trade in Sigurdsson, I'll trade in Leno, I'll trade in Kolasinac, Fabian, Pulisic, Jonas. I'll even trade in Seri because I don't use him. I'll trade in this Jonas, this Lacazette, Balotelli, another Jonas. I'll trade in the red Jonas. I'll trade in Rudy, Kane, Elia, Griffo, Orban, Bakayoko. I'll trade in them all. I'll trade in everything. If it means I can get loads of coins back and then get something in return, I'll trade them all in. I don't care. But anyway, guys, I was just going to show you that. This is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.